Yeah, good evening, fellow gamers. Your design once again, Sire the freaking Risen. Anyways, I just want to bring you a small little tutorial, whatever you want to call it, on basically how to complete this mission right here, which is the heroic activity. For those of you that don't know, this is a mission that you get after you complete all the rest of the missions. Like basically after you complete the campaign, they'll reward you with 3 missions, 3 patrols, and then something else. You'll have to run around killing Cabal, whatever. But besides that, after you do all that, they'll reward you with the heroic versions of that. It'll be like 3 regular, I think, and then 3 heroic versions of these same missions that you have done, well, activities. Well, this one right here, it's modifier. So basically, as you can see, it's no joke. You're gonna get melted. Most people going with a fire team. I went in solo due to the fact that my clan wasn't on, and plus I wanted to do the challenge. All in all, it took me approximately 30 minutes to complete this whole challenge. I edited certain things out, but I'm gonna tell you some of the key things you need. If you have the Borealis, which is the sniper rifle that cycles through. For those that don't know, the Borealis cycles through elements, which is solar, void, arc. You just had to hold down the square button and it'll shift as it reloads. But basically, you're gonna need something of that nature. If you don't have that, you're gonna wanna basically equip things that complement, not only complement, but basically allow you to switch elements on the fly. Which, as you can see, I'm using scout rifles. That's another thing you're gonna want to use in this game. Some people might want to play up close and personal, but uh, I'm just gonna tell you that's not what you want to do, especially if you're not playing in a squad and you're soloing it like I am. You're gonna run into these situations where you're gonna have to be a distance from the target because if you're not, you're gonna get absolutely melted every time. This guy, like, I was able to kind of like squat, whatever, in order to keep me from getting hit because, yeah, you'll get melted. My advice to you is the sniper, these little shanks that shoot like that are snipers, you want to take them out as quick as possible because yeah, 1 hit, 2 hit, you're dead. So yeah, take them out as quick as possible. I know a lot of you already know this. For I mean, those have already played the campaign and have played this. Most are going in with a squad, but this is if you're solo. You're gonna want a long distance, high impact weapons such as the nameless Midnight Scout rifle. You're gonna want is some type of scout rifle in your secondary. I mean, you can use a auto rifle, but the time to kill in this situation it's gonna take you too long. And if you have the Borealis, which is the sniper that cycles through elements, like I said, you're gonna want to use that because yeah, it's gonna do you justice in a lot of situations. But like I said, because a lot of this is going to be long distance engagements, you're going to keep it that way, especially if you're a solo player and don't have a squad to where you can just run and gun. Because if you do play like that, you're going to get melted, especially if you're solo. Even running and gunning with a squad, these guys hit absolutely, they hit hard. So you're going to want to play as cautious as possible. Like I said, this whole encounter took me approximately 30 minutes, maybe short. I only edit out a few parts because, as you'll see, when I get to a certain part, you see, I take out the shanks as quick as possible. But when I got to a certain part, not this one, but with the captains, uh, you're gonna want to switch from the sniper. Well, you'll see in this instance, like after I die on this part, I'll switch to the Borealis, so I'll be able to cycle through different elements. Uh, yeah, and basically that's what I use on this part. But the Borealis won't help you in all situations, no matter if you're able to cycle through elements, like I said, because uh, the burn will not always. I mean, it doesn't hit hard enough for captains. You'll see as the video progresses. I mean, it's a long video. Sorry for making the video so long, but a lot of you need to see the encounter as it is instead of little snippets because you won't really know what's coming around the corner. I mean, unless you experience it for yourself. This video is just basically to show you what you need, and that's like I said, long range weapons such as like the scout rifle, the nameless Midnight, like I said, or any scout rifle that hits really hard that you can use from a long distance, preferably those that have some type of I mean, they're all gonna have elemental damage. Besides this, the nameless Midnight is a kinetic weapon, but it hits like really hard, and so it helps you at those long distance engagements take down the shields. It's not always gonna help you, but you'll see throughout the course of the video, it does a lot of damage, and yeah, it's the go-to weapon. And then if you have like, I'm using another scout rifle in my secondary spot, which is what, my energy weapon. I use that one because when it hits, if you get headshots, it creates some kind of status effect, and it also knocks them back, and it also will break down the shield of a captain. It will take a lot of bullets, as you'll see. Uh, yeah, I know I say that a lot, but yeah, like I said, this video is long. Didn't really know uh, really what to say about it. I mean, it's basically just to show you what to do uh, through my gameplay. But as you see, I'm gonna cycle through my Borealis again. But yeah, when you get to the captains, it's not gonna work. You're gonna need to switch to a shotgun, but it's gonna be situational because you're not always gonna be able to get up on them with the shotgun. Because if they melee you once, you're dead. I don't care how high a guardian you are, you're gonna get melted. So you pretty much gotta play these guys at a long distance. I didn't really know what to do right here because uh didn't have time to really cycle through my weapons in order to pull out like some type of SMG. But as you can see, the Nameless Midnight does it justice, so I didn't really need to go there. But yeah, that's basically it. Long range weapons, high impact scout rifles. If you're one of those, like I said, that like to run and gun, the Euro's gift is not gonna help you in these situations. As you can see, I use a scout rifle, like I said, as in the energy slot, and you can see these captains right here. It literally took me 5 minutes to knock these captains down. Like just that scared of wiping. I had already wiped like 4 times with these guys, trying to run up with the shotgun, trying to do different things. I thought the Borealis, since I cycled through the elements, which you see, I cycled to arc because the arc burn came up. So, and it's still, it doesn't. The snipers are absolute garbage in Destiny 2. Hopefully they bring back some stronger ones because yeah. And the best shotgun in the game I didn't have. I'm using. I think this is the one from the Crucible, which is all right, but with these guys, you need that rapid fire. Like you need to hold down the trigger and just be able to burst them down. Because if not, you're gonna get melted. You'll see. Like within a few seconds, I'm gonna try to run up with a shotgun. The guy's gonna hit me once, and basically I'm dead. So yeah, there's nothing you can really do to guard against that. Like I said, you want to hit them from long range. Because they hit you a couple of times, you're dead. Look at, he was tethered. That's the only way really to do damage. I'm about to die. Just trying to get this guy down as far as I can. I'm gonna end up dying. It just, yeah, the hunter is not as strong, but that's not what the video is about. Like I said, the video is basically uh to show you what you need to do, which a lot of you that have played this game for a long time know that in these type of engagements when you're dealing with heroic modifiers, uh it's not really the wisest to run up and like try to shotgun them, or you need to take your time, especially if you're not on a time limit, which that's another thing I'm going to get to. There's a certain part on this uh, in this encounter where it's the jumping puzzles. I hit a timer and I didn't know what the timer was. Like it started right when I got to the jumping puzzle. I had already went up there 3 times and got killed. So I just let the time run out, and to see if it would affect the outcome. Like basically, if I was gonna go back to orbit, like most things with timers, like the night falls, like in before when they introduced the time for you to complete the night falls. Once the timer was up, if you didn't complete it by then, you would basically start all over. It's basically like year one when you would, if your whole team wiped, you were going back to orbit. You didn't start from the same spot. But yeah, I just let the timer. Obviously, if you watch like to the end, you'll notice even though this video is long, it didn't throw me out. So uh, I don't know. Maybe it affected the outcome somehow as far as like the loot system. Maybe I didn't get the loot that I was supposed to get just due to the fact that I wasn't able to beat that certain part within a time limit. But like I said, I was running solo. I've been running solo. My squad, my clan, whatever has been AFK. Life is life, whatever. But yeah, but that's pretty much it on that. Really gonna, I'll just let the rest of it play. And there's something else I wanted to talk about. And well, I end up getting the Prometheus lens, not on this account, but an alternate account. I really don't know how to uh s- upload that video to my YouTube, to this YouTube account. It's on a different email, different whatever, but I'm not too savvy with when it comes to that, so I really don't know what to do with that. But uh, if I figure out how to do that, yeah, you might be a little frustrated at that video just due to the fact that that weapon. I'm not gonna say OP because I hate that word. I think a lot of Destiny 2 and Destiny just content creators kind of ruin it. At first, I thought that was ludicrous when people would be like, "Oh yeah, well, Destiny 2 content creators are ruining the game." And when I think about it, in a way, you actually do, because the Prometheus Lin has not even been out. We haven't even been out. Well, the Trials of Osiris, the Curse of Osiris haven't even been out a week, and people are already calling for nerfs because they got melted. Like, look it, there's gonna be a few guys that's gonna get melted by this gun. I played against it. I was able to melt people, uh, easily with an SMG. That gun, yeah, if it will burn you the freak down. Like if you don't move, and even if you just it stays on you too long, you're gonna get burned. But the reason I say like I'm starting to agree with the fact that a lot of content creators uh, that cover Destiny ruin it is because the simple fact that you're calling for nerfs and you're automatically like, I understand you need your views, you need to hurry up and make your content. You got people that watch your channel, but you gotta look beyond the financial side of things. You gotta realize that by you calling for nerfs, I mean, let people be the judge of that. Let Bungie watch and see. Like, you don't really have to be like, oh, it's OP, it's OP, it's OP. Like, you guys burn that shit out so much, excuse my language, that it just like I don't know. It kind of sounds like a little kid saying it. It's like, okay, OP, OP, OP. Like everything is OP. If you get burned down in a crucible by it, it's OP. Let people have an advantage. Most content creators on YouTube, you're running with squads. You got people that you can rely on that are absolute beasts. So you're going into trials and you're melting people. You're doing your carries, which I mean, it's funds are funds. You need that. So I'm not hating on that. I just hate the fact that you guys jump to conclusions so fast and like start calling things OP and overpowered. Basically, same thing. Because you know the devs are listening. It's like you don't want to face this in trial. It's like, but it happens. We faced the thorn. We faced the last word. We faced bad juju. We faced the Vex Mytha class, which I never got, but I didn't complain about it. I mean, I just played to the best of to the best of my ability. You guys need to like lay back on that, like really killing it. You got people that they need these advantages. They're not good players. So when they go up against a stacked squad of like hardcore Destiny Crucible players, I mean, they need every leg up they can. Like let people play with the weapon first. Already RNG is like RNG, so you're not always gonna get weapons of that nature to drop. Like I said, I never got the Vex Mythic class to drop. It took me to like nearly the end of Destiny to get the Faithbringer. Like no matter how many times I played the Void of Glass. So all I'm saying is like you just let people play the game, let people test out the weapon, let people have fun trolling people and burning down other content creators that are like gods at the game. Like let people handle their business. Let them have fun. Don't always ruin shit by trying to make quick reviews on weapons because you're trying to get your money and you're trying to bring the views to your channel. Like, because after a while, people start to notice what you're doing and they start to notice that you're ruining it for them. You're ruining it for them. Like, I mean, I understand. Like I said, you have to make your money. You have to make your content, and I'm not against that. I'm always trying to make my content. A lot of times I have to back off because I'm gonna end up ruining something for somebody else. So I might not upload for a couple of days, and then other things it's like it may not be that much content, or I'm just trying to play the game. I'm a gamer first and foremost, but yeah, just they back off the reviews like so fast. Like you guys, like even though I create content, like you guys ruin it. Like you're not giving other players a chance to actually play with the weapon at its strongest. Just just calling it OP off the back and complaining about the weapon because you got killed by it a few times, you're ruining. Yeah, like I was saying before, Share Factory so rudely interrupted me because I guess the video you can only do commentary for 15 minutes. But like that's besides the point. Oh, this is the part that took me so long, the timer and whatever. Every time I came up here, which is like 3 times, I had got melted, so I had to change up my strat, switch to the shotgun, try to play as aggressive as possible. Like it's because everything could kill you fast. So, yeah, that's besides the point. But yeah, a lot of you content creators, like I said, just hold back on your reviews. You know, review the weapon, but just keep OP out your mouth because you tend to ruin it. Like I said, for everybody else. Like there's a lot of people that might praise you for it because they got melted by it in the crucible. But I mean, if you don't give people a chance to play it, like you're you guys are not stupid. You're not dumb. You know that when you start calling stuff OP and you already know what Bungie is gonna do, and like I don't know that's how you make people hate your channel because there's people that actually want to get a chance to play with these weapons and you're ruining it for them like and you know you're ruining it for them because you don't want to go against it in trials or maybe you haven't figured out a way to get around that the same way when the Meter Multitude came back I never once complained about that weapon because I know that it was just another weapon in Destiny it was in Destiny 1, it was the same before they took out the high caliber rounds. It was an absolute monster, and it was easier for people that weren't good at certain weapons to go in and not dominate but do really good. There's some people that as far they're trying to get their KD up, but they just are not that good. And guns like that help them progress. I mean, even if it's just solely to feel good about themselves, it's like give people a chance to like play with these weapons before you make hasty reviews on them like if I ever if I'm ever if I'm ever able excuse me to bring kind of rust because I gotta go to the gym but uh if I'm able to like you know port that over from my alternate account you'll see exactly what happens when I play with the Prometheus lens, and you'll also see that I go against other people that are playing with the Prometheus lens, and I kill them with regular weapons, and you'll see other people melt them with regular weapons that don't have the Prometheus lens. It's situational. You need to figure out a way to get around it, just like in trials. The way to get around the multi-tool was a slower rate of fire, scout rifle, which the name is Midnight, and other weapons that were can compete with it. You're not always gonna win a battle. Like a lot of people don't want to lose, but I mean, look, dude, it's a video game. People are gonna lose these battles. It's like whether you were supposed to win it or not. That's how it goes. It's like you're not gonna win it all, and when you do, sometimes you win by the hair on your ass. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's because you still won. The other guy might be salty and because you killed him like about 10 times, and he teabag you when you finally kill him. But that's just the way the game is. Like we're all on even footing. It's just, some situation you're not gonna win. But yeah, I understand Prometheus lens is a strong weapon. There's a lot of strong weapons. Auto rifles are strong weapons at this time. Uh, but you get past it. And like with every weapon that's considered OP, they figure something else out. We find another weapon that's just as powerful. But what happens with the Cold Heart? The same thing. People were crying about it, but then they realized that the gun was so situational that a lot of times it could be outplayed easily. You just had to take the time to figure out how to outplay them. A lot of people like with that weapon, it needed consistent damage. It needed to stay on the target for a long time in order to build up that damage and stack on you. I mean, this one's a lot different. Prometheus Lens is a lot different, but all in all, like I'm saying, the weapon can be outplayed. You just have to figure out how to do it. But calling for OP, I mean, calling, things OP, knowing that they're gonna nerf them this early, like fall back on that, man. Like I'm tired of like YouTube crybabies. Like let the gun be the gun until Bungie wants to nerf it. You don't have to do their job. Get off their payroll. Get off. I'm a Destiny fan, but some of you guys just cry a little bit too much, and you're doing a little too much. Like I said, let people enjoy the weapon. And that's pretty much it. Well, after you do this mission, basically you go back to the tower. You're gonna get uh, this special little kit, which is basically the prophecy, whatever. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to rush. But yeah, you get this little box, whatever, and then another weapon, and basically, well, you guys know how to do it. Like I can go into a video about that, but yeah, this is basically how you get in. This is how you beat the heroic, and yeah. Anyways, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Like I said, I have to rush. I need to hit the gym. But if you're not subscribed, subscribe, drop a like. Let me know what you think about the Prometheus Land and Crybaby YouTubers. And I'll catch you on the dark side. I'm Sire the Risen, your God, and I will catch you on the dark side. Please.